moving into this week, who is your start of the week?
It's worked out so well for me. Talking about running backs in this segment. The one finishes mediocrely in week 1. The one doesn't finish week 2. It's the laws of threes, which means that it has to go better this week, I think is how I understand that law anyways. I'm talking about Josh Jacobs, and he's going against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I want to give Josh Jacobs managers a little bit of assurance, if I may. I know that you're scared. I would be too if I had him on many teams. He's looked a very poopy throughout the first 2 weeks. Hasn't even cracked 100 yards rushing throughout the first 2 weeks. Yeah, that's bad. The salve for Josh Jacobs, for probably any running back at this point, is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have been bad against the rushing game, giving up 330 rushing yards so far, not to even talk about other dump-offs that teams have been able to give against them. This is Josh Jacobs' wheelhouse. He's had 69% of the rushing attempts so far. Nice. And he's been very involved in the passing game as well. He's running plenty of routes. They're going to utilize him. Devontae Adams hopefully is playing. I know he got a little dinged up there in week 2. If he plays, if he doesn't play, it doesn't even have that much bearing on Josh Jacobs himself. I just expect him to get right here in a big way. I'm looking for a top 10 finish here by week's end.
Nice. My start of the week is one Calvin Ridley, someone I said after week 1, I'm sorry, came down to earth this last week. I'll just take that as a weird one-off game. I mean, he did have 8 targets, which is great. Love to see that. He had 11 targets in week 1. Didn't have a touchdown. It was just, I think, kind of an off game for him. You can see that Trevor Lawrence, this is going to be a get right game for him as well for that whole offense. As you're talking about Trevor earlier, nothing to worry about there. He'll be fine. Calvin Ridley's goes as Trevor goes. They're going against Houston, and they're not great defense. So I feel like this is a get right game for them. Calvin Ridley is going to return to fantasy greatness and be in the top 12 with ease.